Welcome once more, agents. Today we will explore documents about a cosmic anomaly and the attempts made by the SCP Foundation to communicate with it. We will again bear witness of how the ambition and curiosity of the Foundation caused them to both lose precious resources and to expose our planet to forces beyond our understanding. Item number SCP-3417. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Scientific articles theorizing SCP-3417 to be an X-ray pulsar will be published if astronomical groups become interested in the anomaly. Foundation assets in the field of astronomy will either prevent the development of or alter technology that could potentially decode the anomaly's X-ray emissions. Monitoring probes Nabu-1 through Nabu-4 have been employed by Autonomous Exploration Satellite LR-001 AES-E001, which will orbit SCP-3417 and record all X-ray emissions. These emissions will be decoded by Extrasolar Activities Division members and Orthotan extraterrestrial language translators. Revision 1. Monitoring probes Nabu-5 and Nabu-6 have been deployed in orbit around SCP-3417-2. Following the recent allocation of funds for the experimentation of Terzan 2, further probes to monitor any discovered SCP-3417 instances or locations of interest will be constructed. Revision 2. Due to severe malfunctions in Nabu-2 and Nabu-3 from ionizing radiation and antimatter annihilation, the probes have been replaced with Nabu-7 and Nabu-8. Description: SCP-3417 is an organic extraterrestrial entity located near the center of the Terzan 2 globular cluster, moving at a velocity of 205 km per second. Globular clusters are spherical clusters of stars that orbit the core of a galaxy as a satellite, held together by the gravitational attractions of the composing stars. Globular clusters possess some of the oldest known stars in the galaxy, though their origins are unknown. Terzan 2 is approximately 28,000 light-years from Earth, located near the center of the Milky Way, and has the largest amount of extraterrestrial transmissions recorded by the Foundation in an interstellar region. The organism is approximately 40 kilometers long. The body is comprised of two cones of equal size, with the bases connected to a 4-kilometer long cylindrical midsection composed of organ and bone-like structures. 4 tunnels placed at 90-degree intervals are present on the surface of the cones, which descend to 5 kilometers. The tunnels are suspected to expand for longer, though further exploration is impeded by a large mass of flesh present at the end of each one. The anomaly has a primarily red coloration, though various yellow circular patterns, scratches, and craters are on its surface. 4 43-kilometer long structures, hereafter referred to as transmitters, composed of a mass of tendrils terminating in a spheroid object, radially extend from the midsection, located at 90-degree intervals. The transmitter produced X-rays with a frequency in the range of 16 to 17 EHz in periodic bursts, released in a spherical region around each spheroid. Analysis of the X-rays shows that their properties are modulated in a similar manner to radio wave communication, creating unique signals that can be converted into information when detected by a receiver. These signals consist of static noise with abrupt changes in pitch. Analysis of the audio shows that each signal contains logograms from an unknown dialect of the Orthotan extraterrestrial language, which are only visible in spectrograms of the audio. The symbols are created with sudden decreases in the amplitude of the audio, and are arranged in a pattern of alternating diagonal lines. Each signal describes events related to Orthotan mythology, a set of mythological and religious beliefs based around the universe being the second universe to exist. This is typically paired with the worship of 7 universal guardian deities, known as the Koru Terzan, the Holy Seven, of which 6 have died. The only survivor is Ragmo Terzan, the Holy Fourth. Information on the Orthotan language and its dialects is limited, though portions of the transmission have been translated. Excerpts are available below, with punctuation marks added for legibility. Begin log. Uron Leusan, the Holy Second, said, "Why was the statue built?" Priest Love, unknown symbol 29, a name, Screech. Eo Leusan, the Holy Third, evaporated conqueror, combined symbols, beast ships, with ascended cannons. My existence preserved by act. I am eternally grateful for such act. Build a temple for Eo Leusan. Yes. A grid array of hundreds of unknown symbol 29 tendrils were brewing and masticating by the statue and temple. Uron Leusan asked, "Do you know that I killed more conquerors than Eo Leusan?" Priest Tendrilov, unknown symbol 29, said, "Eo Leusan did not say that. Eo Leusan evaporated it all. Anger unjealously manifested in them. Eo Leusan was not superior. Uron Leusan, unsheathed, their ascended swords and dismembered, unknown symbol 29, across the star system. Above the city, Eo Leusan's, the Holy First, physical body manifested. The spears were fired from the towers but were punched in a burst of light. Eo Leusan ordered, unknown, a long sentence. The towers could not comprehend the purpose the city was built for. Eo Leusan had to restore the purpose. Spears were fired again and Eo Leusan, unknown, evaporate. Combined symbol, through spheres, deactivating the towers. Eo Leusan flew into the vacated city and descended into the chasm depth of impossibilities, to the lowered fear death of Eo Leusan. The defense towers had not damaged the interior in their revolt rebellion. The great network of passageways that spanned the universe was safe. Ragmu Leusan has killed unknown symbol 104 of Boruteut invaders, extra-universal entities in your total mythos, which Ragmu Leusan fights. The universe continues to be preserved. Bleed into the holy body of Ragmu Leusan. Bleed for the universe. End log. On occasion, the OEL logogram for safe appears and repeats several times in the transmissions, interrupting their standard contents. No other variations like this have been observed. Addendum 1. Hypotheses were posed by Exobiology Department researchers that SCP-3417 would respond to X-ray transmissions directed at it. Based on how communication was established with SCP-1281 and SCP, the Topic Transportation Gate attached to AES E001 allowed Foundation personnel to transport an X-ray generator from Orbital Area 11 to AES E001 on 19 of December 2045, which could broadcast X-rays at the same frequency range. On the 22 of December 2045, AES E001 emitted X-rays containing a looped message at the anomaly, and 6 minutes later, a secondary set of X-ray emissions were detected from SCP-3417. An interview was then performed with the artificial intelligence construct controlling AES E001, writing messages in the same style as SCP-3417. Interview 3417. Interviewee SCP-3417. Interviewers Hyperbolian AIC. Begin log. Greetings. Identify yourself. I am a listener. Identify yourself. My name is Surveyor. Do you lie? I do not lie. Why would I lie? For 12 minutes, X-ray emissions from SCP-3417 consist of a combination of metallic scrapings, sounds similar to solar wind patterns converted into audio, and patterns flagged as potentially cognitohazardous by anti-cognitohaz bots. You are not of the combined symbol 12 stars.
You do not lie. Are you orthodox?
Yes.
Good. Why are you here?
I want to ask questions.
Questions will interrupt the purpose. You should not be here.
The purpose? Combined symbol, open star cluster.
Must remember the history of the universe. They must remember the sacrifice of Siyu-Lusan, their killers, and the struggle of Ragmor-Lusan. The
12 stars
must know, and when they know, they will repent. They will cease.
Were you made for this?
Rooted in
combined symbols, spore cloud,
to achieve purpose, built and released,
spore clouds,
to create further purposes.
Unknown, a sentence.
Builders?
I do not understand.
Who built you? Your purpose?
I do not know my builders. I was built to explore.
Explore to find habitats for orthodox?
Yes.
Open star cluster explored.
Unknown, a unit of time.
In the past. Live to find habitats.
I need to stay in open star cluster. I cannot leave.
Exploration will lead to
12 stars.
Live to find habitats.
How can I stay? At this point, multiple malfunctions occurred in the atomic communication gateways on AES E001, corrupting the interview data. Malfunctions ceased after 1 hour.
Must be avoided.
Where? Spectrograms of emission show multiple images, hypothesized to be maps of an area of Terzan 2, and diagrams representing multiple star systems. Numerous objects, suspected to be planets, stars, and unknown celestial bodies, have the 12 stars logogram on them.
Orthodox.
Unknown symbol 181.
Will attach weapons. Understand?
Yes.
Yes. Live for a new purpose. Stop interrupting mine. Ragmor-Lusan will be eternal.
End log. At the interview's conclusion, Hyperborean AIC disabled all communication systems on AES E001. Due to the nature of atomic gateways, communication channels cannot be forcefully activated by the Foundation. Cameras on the Naboo probes show the satellite use its engines to exit orbit around SCP-3417, then activate its Bifrost superluminal engine and accelerate to superluminal speeds. The satellite is presumed to be in another region of Terzan 2, though there is no way to confirm this. Copies of Hyperborean AIC are being analyzed to understand and correct the issues that led to it disobeying Foundation directives. Autonomous Exploration Satellite Whale 004, AES W004, is being constructed for long-term exploration of Terzan 2, with new fail-safe mechanisms included to prevent incidents of this manner. Further interviews with SCP-3417 are currently prohibited. Addendum 2. On the 11th of January 2046, the Naboo probes detected X-rays originating from an unknown source. These X-rays were similar to SCP-3417 emissions, describing orthodox mythological stories. Unlike other emissions, the stories abruptly cut out after 2 hours, replaced with continuous ping noise, a form of random noise where low-frequency noise is louder than higher frequencies. The ping noise in the emissions is similar to those observed in heartbeat rhythms and neural activity. 25 hours after the detection, SCP-3417 began emitting identical X-rays until the portions where ping noise would be present, at which point it broadcast an untranslated message and returned to its original emissions. 4 months later, the probe detected X-rays from a second, unknown source, again matching emission patterns, which SCP-3417 replicated in the same manner as before. Triangulation, based on the times and locations other monitoring probes in Terzan 2 detected the emissions, placed the first X-ray source to be approximately 2 light-years away from SCP-3417, within the T2-1219 binary star system. AES W004 was diverted from researching SCP to investigate the system, where an anomaly designated SCP-3417-2 was discovered and determined to be the source. Details are available in Addendum 3. Few details regarding the second source are known, which is from an undetermined extragalactic location. In light of these discoveries, SCP-3417 has been reclassified as SCP-3417-1. Addendum 3. SCP-3417-2 is an extraterrestrial organism that possesses the same anatomy as SCP-3417, with minor variations in dimensions and color. SCP-3417-2 was heavily damaged at a recent point in time, presumed to have been 2 years ago. This damage includes 3 transmitters torn out of the midsection, hemispherical pits on the cones, disembowelment at one of the cones, large gashes on the sphere at the end of the remaining transmitter. Pieces of flesh and viscera were also found in orbit around the anomaly. Notably, all damaged areas appear to exhibit fractal patterns. The remaining transmitter continually emits X-rays at a range of 11 to 12 Hz. Converted into audio, this consists of big noise, with occasionally changes in pitch. The following message continuously repeats in these emissions. Combined symbol, special drill, wounded, unknown symbol 199, purpose breakers, a series of 12 circles, unknown symbol 200, not safe. A large number of gravitational distortions have been detected in orbit around SCP-3417-2, as SCP-3417-1 and SCP-3417-2 appear to lack the ability to anomalously manipulate the gravity. These are hypothesized to have been created by a different anomaly. Although the distortions do not show signs of being hazardous, they are being monitored by the Nabu 5 through Nabu 6 probes for signs of instability. Addendum 4. On the 13th of February 2046, the Minkowski Space-Time Monitor on Nabu 2 detected abnormal gravitational distortions in high SCP-3417-1 orbit, observing a wormhole from after 1 minute. Multiple spacecraft exited the wormhole and began to orbit around it. Cameras on the probes show a bright glowing substance manifest around the end of one of SCP-3417-1's transmitters and launch toward the wormhole, severely damaging Nabu 2 and Nabu 3, and likely destroying the spacecraft via matter-antimatter annihilation. Based on large bursts of gamma rays and other high-energy photons, this was determined to be a mass of antimatter in plasma state. The wormhole subsequently shrunk in size and vanished. The following X-ray emission was detected from SCP-3417-1 after. Open star cluster is 4 photons. The 12 stars with none. Undo this. The purpose will silence for none, and Rakmolusan will be eternal. Replenishing, regenerating, not safe. No activity was observed until 4th of March 2046, at which point standard emission resumed. Analysis by the Extrasolar Activities Division has led to the conclusion that the spacecraft that exited the black hole were created by the 12-star civilization. The nature of 12 stars and the reasons for apparent hostilities with Orthotan civilizations in Terzan 2 are presently unknown. Due to the failure of Hyperborean AIC, it is presumed that artificial intelligences can be anomalously manipulated by SCP-3417 instances and other extraterrestrial entities. As such, AI-AV units cannot be reliably used in the cluster. Additionally, signs of have made exploratory efforts a high priority. Manned exploration of global cluster Terzan 2 is being planned. End log. We at the GOC have been constantly judged as a barbaric and brutal organization. We are criticized because we don't protect the anomalies as the Foundation claims to do. Nevertheless, we have witnessed numerous times their lust for knowledge. Contact and even profit from these phenomena have consequences for which we have no way to be prepared. Not having enough with the loss of their technology to the anomaly, the SCP Foundation will now try to send human beings to their certain death in the middle of the cosmos. That being the best scenario. The GOC lacks the resources and ambition to interact with these kinds of anomalies, but we have the determination and the duty to stop the maniacs from the Foundation from interacting with forces they do not understand. We will continue unveiling their documents in our continuous fight for the preservation of normalcy and the continued existence of human society. If you would like to help, you can suggest new entries in the chat box below. I am Virus Anonymous. We are the GOC, and you have been informed.